Once you make a decision, the universe conspires to make it happen. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Coincidence is God's way of remaining anonymous. Albert Einstein. All the world's a stage and most of us are desperately unrehearsed. Sean O'Casey. Surely if we knew what bitterness fate held in store, we would shrink back in fear and let the cup of life pass us by untasted. Jacqueline Carey. Death, a necessary end, will come when it will come. William Shakespeare. A person's destiny is something you look back at afterwards, not something to be known in advance. Haruki Murakami. You cannot outwit fate by placing little side bets on the outcome of life. It's either you wade in and play in order to win or you don't play at all. Judith McNaughton does not weave this web of life. He is merely a strand of it. Whatever he does to the web, he does to himself. Chief. Seattle. Destiny is not a matter of chance, it is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for, it is a thing to be achieved. William Jennings Bryan. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart. Marcus Aurelius. Fate cannot be mastered, it can only be collaborated with and thereby, to some extent, directed. Nor am I the captain of my soul, I am only its noisiest passenger. Aldous Leonard Huxley. If you can't change your fate, change your attitude. Amy Tan. That consciousness is everything and that all things begin with a thought. That we are responsible for our own fate, we reap what we sow, we get what we give, we pull in what we put out. I know these things for sure. Madonna. Each player must accept the cards life deals him or her. But once they are in hand, he or she alone must decide how to play the cards in order to win the game. Voltaire. Unhappy is the fate of one who tries to win his battles and succeed in his attacks without cultivating the spirit of enterprise, for the result is waste of time and general stagnation. Sun Tzu. Fate throws fortune, but not everyone catches. Polish proverb. When an inner situation is not made conscious, it appears outside as fate. Carl Jung. Do not believe in a fate that falls on men however they act, but I do believe in a fate that falls on them unless they act. Buddha. Fear has no armor against fate. James Sherlock. Destiny is no matter of chance. It is a matter of choice. It is not a thing to be waited for, it is a thing to be achieved. William Jennings Bryan. Every man has his own destiny, the only imperative is to follow it, to accept it, no matter where it leads him. Henry Miller. How a person masters his fate is more important than what his fate is. Karl Wilhelm von Humboldt. Some people think destiny is something you cannot escape, such as death or a curdled cheesecake, both of which always turn up sooner or later. Lemony Snicket. The story is filled with brilliant people who wanted to fix things and just made them worse. Chuck Palahniuk. It would be your duty to bear it, if you could not avoid it. It is weak and silly to say you cannot bear what it is your fate to be required to bear. Charlotte Bronte. There is so much about my fate that I cannot control, but other things do fall under my jurisdiction. There are certain lottery tickets I can buy, thereby increasing my odds of finding contentment. I can decide how I spend my time, whom I interact with, whom I share my body and life and money and energy with.